Hello, my floaty friends, and welcome to this full-length Yang to Yin Flow. This class was previously recorded on Insight Timer and is definitely one of the favourites that I teach over on that platform. Yang to Yin, if you've not done it before, is the perfect flow for balance as we create a little energy within the body and then bring it back down with some slower, deeper Yin postures. So please subscribe if you like to practice with me, and then give this video a little like as well. And yeah, enjoy. Okay, so we are going to start today's practice lying down on our backs. We're going to start nice and slow, build up to a little bit of a flow, and then we'll bring it right back down again for our Yin postures. So come to lie down on your back in Shavasana. We're going to take a few moments just to arrive on the mat. So just slowly make your way onto your back. Let your legs, your feet relax. Let your arms come out to the side, palms facing up. You can close your eyes here if that feels good for you. And then just as you breathe, just start to take your attention inward. So trying to let go of that external world and really trying to focus on how your body is feeling in this present moment. And you can do this by maybe doing a little body scan if that serves you well. Starting at the feet and just scanning the whole body, just noticing if there's any areas of tightness or tension. Sometimes there's excess energy or tiredness. You can just feel tired, achy. Send that scan all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you continue to breathe, notice your mood. So this is something that I've been doing in my self-practice just lately, just kind of checking in with my mood. What is my mood like? Is there any emotion attached to that? So it can be anything from irritability, maybe a bit of boredom. It doesn't have to be some huge, dramatic mood or emotion. It can just be something. Sometimes we wake up in these little moods, so it's just nice to check in and then hopefully see if your yoga practice can shift that mood, elevate it. It's a great way then to, when you do feel low in some moments, you can say, well, I did a yoga practice and that helped shift my mood. Or it might even be, I was just laying in Shavasana, just breathing, and that shifted my mood. So just noticing the little things. And then just finally, just take that awareness to your mind, to those thoughts. And we're going to notice anything that might be arising, and then as soon as it arrives, we're just going to let it go, let it float away. Taking one last deep breath in now. And then as you exhale, just slowly blinking open the eyes, just taking a moment to take in your surroundings and just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes here, just bringing a little bit of movement back to your body. Wonderful. And then you're just going to bend into your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor, and then you can just turn your palms back down so they're facing down, just gently pushing into them. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, we're just going to let the knees fall over to the right side nice and loosely, and then loosely bring them back up, and then let them go over to the left side. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Try to keep your shoulder blades still a kind of attached to the mat as you move from side to side. So you're just moving that lower half of your body. Lovely. And then just bring it back to center. And then from here, just pop your hands down by your sides, palms facing down. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, you're going to push your hips up, lift the hips up, then lift the arms up overhead at the same time. So coming into a bridge, you don't have to push super high here, just send the hips up just a little way, keeping those knees in, so making sure that they're not splaying out like you would in a bridge. Send those arms up overhead, backs of the hands come to the mat, and then exhale, slowly bring everything back down. So really let the spine just come down really slowly back down to the mat. Let the palms rest down again. Inhale as we lift up. Send the arms up overhead. Maybe send the hips a little higher if you want to, if you think that's going to feel good. Exhale, slowly return everything back down. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, bring it back down. Lovely. This time, inhale up, but you're going to come up onto your tiptoes at the same time. So the best way to do this is to inhale, lift the hips up high, keep the hands down on the mat, then lift up onto your tiptoes, and then send the arms up last. Exhale as you slowly lower everything down, back down, heels down, hips down, spine down, everything down. Inhale, lift the hips up, then the toes, then send the arms. Lovely. Exhale, let's bring it all back down, nice and steady. And then one more time, lift the hips, lift the toes, send the arms overhead. Wonderful. Exhale, bring it back down. Fabulous. Draw your knees into your chest, give them a little squeeze. Perfect. Pop your hands behind your knees, and then we're going to do 2 to 3 little rocks up. So go the full length of the spine, and then come up into a seat. Perfect. From here, just might want to scoot your bottom back a little bit, and then we're going to swing the legs around, make your way into your tabletop position. Knees are underneath those hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Then when you're ready, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round in the back, chin to chest. Inhale, drop that belly. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round that spine. Lovely, just keep it going. Sync your breath with your movement. Wonderful. Fabulous. Bring it back to your tabletop position, and then we're going to go into a little side plank here. So you're going to send your right leg out behind you, stretch it right out, and then you're going to twist the knee and lift up, twist over to that right side, lift that right arm up to the sky, and then just take your gaze up towards your right fingertips here. Take a breath in, and as you do so, you're going to lift the right leg up. So try and lift it up in line with your hip. If you can't get that high, it doesn't matter. Just hold it wherever feels comfortable. Draw your navel in here. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to lower your arm down towards your hip. So as if you're going to try and get your fingers to kind of reach towards your toes. Keep your leg as it is. Inhale, you're going to reach this right arm up, and you're going to send it over your head alongside your ear. Reach, reach, reach. Lovely. Keep that leg where it is. Inhale, lift the arm up. Send those fingertips pointing down towards your toes. Lovely. And then inhale, lift on up, and then reach over alongside your ear. Big stretch. Lovely. Exhale, just lower everything back down, and then bring yourself back to your tabletop. Fabulous. We're going to take it to the other side. So send that left leg back, outstretched behind you. Then we're going to twist and open to the left side this time. Lifting left arm up overhead. Take your gaze up at your fingertips. Lovely. Inhale as you lift your left leg this time. So any amount that feels good, try and hold it in that place. You want to be able to hold it there. Draw that navel to spine. Inhale as you point those fingers down towards your toes, and then lift that arm up and over alongside your ears. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale as you lift back up, fingers pointing to toes. Try to keep your leg as it is. Send it back up overhead. Nice and strong here in that leg. Your leg's probably wobbling and shaking. One more time, lift the arm up. Fingers pointing towards those toes. Lovely. Send it back over. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, slowly lower everything back down. Slowly bring yourself back to your tabletop position. Wonderful. Do those nice big hip circles now. So send the hips out to the right side, back down towards your heels, and then out to the side. This should actually feel nice after that pose, lifting your leg in your little side plank there. Should feel really nice on your hips. Giving them a little bit of a release. Fabulous. Send that circle in the opposite direction. Wonderful. Fabulous. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, send your hips nice and high for your downward dog. Lift the hips nice and high. Let's push the heels down towards the mat. Feel that lovely stretch in the back of your hamstrings here, the back of your thighs. The more you try to push your heels down towards the mat, the deeper that stretch is in the back of the legs. But listen to the body. Don't push too far if it feels uncomfortable. And then inhale, you're going to roll forward into a high plank. So adjust if you need to. I often find that from a downward dog position, if I roll myself forward, I'm not always the right distance. I'm not the right distance, comfortable distance. That's what I want to say. I'm not the right comfortable distance for my arms. So my wrists need to be directly underneath my shoulders here. And so sometimes when I roll forward, that isn't what I'm achieving, so I just have to adjust. So yeah, adjust if you need to. Fabulous. Draw your navel in, take a few breaths here, hold this pose nice and strong. Lovely. Inhale as you send those hips back to your downward dog. And then we're going to roll it forward again into that high plank position. Just taking your gaze down in between your hands. Send those hips back to your downward dog. And then roll it forward into your high plank. Wonderful. One more time. Send it back to your downward dog. Nice steady movement. And then roll forward into your high plank. Lovely. From here, you're going to exhale, lower your knees down, and then lower the hips, slowly lowering down onto your belly. And then we're going to slide the hands off the corners of the mat. So just off the top of the mat, you're going to send the arms out to the side, off to the corners, and then you're just going to make some little domes with the fingertips. So like making a little tent shape with your fingers. And you're going to have a little bit of a bend in the elbow here. This is going to be what's going to help you move up and down. So lower your chin down to the mat. And then when you're ready, inhale as you use your arms here, your shoulders to roll yourself up into a cobra. You can take your head and your neck back just slightly if you need to, or if it feels good, if your neck will allow. Exhale, slowly lower it down. Inhale, rise on up, nice steady movement. Exhale, lower it down. So only roll up as far as your spine will allow. So listen to your spine, feel it out here, rise on up. Exhale, roll it down. So again, nice fluid movement, flowing it with the breath. Lift on up. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, roll it back down. Fabulous. Send the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, and then send your hips back to your downward dog. Take a moment in your downward dog here. Take a few breaths. Lovely. Inhale your right leg nice and high here. Three-legged dog. And then you're going to bend into your knee, and we're going to make some circles with the knees. So make sure that the weight is nice and even between both your shoulders here, both hands. And then you're going to draw that knee in through the midline and then send it out to that right side, making a circle with your knee. So just focus on your kneecap here and it making a circle. Try to keep that downward dog position as much as you can, and you're just moving the knee in that circle. So through the midline, out to the right, back up. Nice, steady, slow movement. Try not to go too fast. And keep your breath nice and even. Fabulous. Send that circle in the opposite direction, so sending it out and then bringing it into the midline. Fabulous. One more circle. Lovely. Send that leg out nice and straight, nice and high, and then exhale, step it in between your hands at the front of the mat. Lovely. From here, you're going to inhale, rise on up with the arms into your crescent lunge. So just checking that knee is above the ankle here. Draw your navel in. Take a few breaths here. Lower those shoulders. Lovely. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to twist and open to the right side. So just sending those arms out into that T shape. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to reverse it. So you're going to drop this right hand down to your back of your left thigh, and little back bend here. Just reach up and over with your left arm. Lovely. Hold it here. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Fabulous. Bring the arms back up to that T shape and then slowly circle to the front, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to either side of your right foot. Drop your back knee and untuck your toes. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Lovely. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to twist and open again to that right side. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, we're dropping that arm again down to the leg. Little back bend here. Fabulous. Inhale as you bring the arms back up. Circle to the front, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to either side of your foot, and then you're going to straighten the leg. Lift those toes. Exhale, go bend back into that leg. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come down, straighten the leg, lift the toes. Exhale, bend into the knee, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands come down, straighten the leg, lift those toes. Nice stretch there. Bend into the knee, lift the arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands come down, planting the hands this time. Tuck your back toe, step this right foot back to meet your left in your high plank position. And then exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly, inhale up into a cobra or baby cobra, so whatever feels good today, draw those elbows in. Exhale as you lower down, tuck your toes, back to your downward dog. Wonderful, taking it to the other side, inhale your left leg nice and high this time for your three-legged dog, making sure that that weight is nice and even in the shoulders here. Then bend into your knee, and then as you exhale, you're going to draw that knee through the midline and start to make those circles. Lovely, keep that navel to spine here as you move. Keep that breath nice, steady and even. And just focus on that knee, the kneecap, making that circle. So getting some really good hip mobility here, some really good mobility in that ball and socket joint right at the top of your thigh. Let's reverse that circle now. So going out to the left, drawing it into the midline, and then going up. Wonderful. One more big circle, and then send that leg up nice and high. Take a breath in, exhale, bring that foot in between your hands at the front of the mat. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, rise on up with the arms, coming into that crescent lunge. Push down through that back heel, check in with your alignment here. Lower those shoulders, take that soft gaze out ahead. Think strength in those legs here. Lovely. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to twist and open to the left. Hold it here for a moment. And then take a breath in, and then drop that left hand down to your thigh. Just a little back bend here. Stay nice and strong in the legs. Root down through that front foot. Lovely. Slowly bring the arms back to that T shape. Circle slowly back to the front, lifting the arms up overhead. Lovely. Exhale, bring your hands down to either side of your foot. You're going to drop your back knee and untuck the toes. Inhale, rise on up with the arms. Take a breath in, and then exhale as you twist and open to the left. So we went for the hardest bit first. We stayed up on the toes first, and now we're going down onto the knee. So we went for the challenge. We went in hard. We went in for the challenge first. Take a few breaths here, and then exhale. You're going to let that hand drop down to your thigh, and then into that little mini back bend. Reach up with that right arm. Take a few breaths. Lovely. Bring those arms back to that T shape. Slowly bring yourself back to the front. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands frame that foot. We're going to straighten that leg. Lift those toes. So you're kind of reaching forward over your leg. Feel that deep stretch. Bend into the knee. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come down, straighten into the leg. Exhale, bend in, lift on up. Exhale, hands come down, straighten the leg, lift those toes, nice big stretch. So you're also getting a little bit of a stretch in the back there. Lift the arms up. Exhale, hands come down, straighten through the leg. Lovely. Bend one more time into your knee, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come down, tuck your back toes. Step left foot back into your high plank position. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Lower down onto your belly, then inhale up into a cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes. Back to your downward dog. Take a breath. Sigh it out if you want to. Lovely. Inhale as you look forward now. Start to walk your feet to the front of the mat. So coming into a forward fold, knees bent if you need here. Use your hands to just draw your chest nice and close towards your legs. Take a few breaths. Wonderful. And then from here, you're going to come into your ragdoll position. So take your feet about hip distance apart if they're not there already. Have a nice bend, generous bend in your knees, and then just grab hold of opposite elbows. Let the head and the neck just hang freely, and then you can stay as you are, or we can just do that little gentle rock from side to side. That just feels oh so nice. Steady breaths here. Lovely. Plant your hands down. Let's inhale to a halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's rise on up to standing. Circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Lovely. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step both feet back to your high plank, draw your navel in. Exhale, let's lower knees, chest and chin. Lower that belly down, then lift up into your cobra. Remember, elbows in. Exhale down, tuck your toes, back to your downward dog. Wonderful. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to lower your knees and tuck the toes into our first yin posture now, which is going to be our child's pose. So if you want to use your prop here, maybe to sit on, or maybe to put underneath the forehead, then yeah, go ahead, you do that, whatever's going to make you feel more comfortable in this pose. Allow your forehead to come down onto the mat, and you can just take some deeper breaths here. Allow your forearms to relax here. Allow your shoulders to lower. Allow your hips and your lower back to release over your thighs. And just pay attention to the quality of your breath. Notice if the breath is still a little shallow. And just keep breathing a little deeper, just to kind of regulate the breathing. Bring it back down. Inhale nice and deeply now, and then just use your arms to just lift you up just a little bit, not too much, because we're going to stay in our child's pose. We're going to thread the needle in our child's pose. So you might want to take your legs a little wider. You might even want to bring them in a little closer. So it really is up to you what feels more comfortable when we thread the needle. So I like to have my knees a little wider than hip distance apart. And then we're going to send the right arm up overhead, and then we're going to thread the left one underneath. So coming onto that left shoulder, left ear. And then option to keep that right arm up overhead, or you can send it behind your back. Maybe just tuck it into your thigh, into your leg, just for a little bit of a bind here. And then you can just gently pull this right shoulder back if you do so. And then just try to relax as much as you can now in this pose. Notice where you're feeling it the most, probably in your left shoulder, maybe in the neck. And then depending if you've got your legs a little wider or not, you might also feel it around your right hip. And just try and pay attention to your breath. But if you're struggling to do that, or your mind keeps wandering, then really try to anchor that attention to any physical sensations that you're feeling within the body. So sometimes focusing on something like that can be much easier than focusing on the breath. I know sometimes just focusing on the breath can seem a little boring and it loses your attention and your mind wanders, and that's perfectly normal. As long as you try to bring it back to the body in some way. Lovely. If you've got your hand behind your back, just slowly bring it in front of your face. Slide that hand in front of your face, and then just slowly lift yourself up, just really taking your time. Unthread that arm. Send that left arm now up overhead, and then switch to the other side. So coming on to right shoulder, right ear this time. And again, you can keep that left arm up overhead, or we can send it behind the back for a little bind, just gently pulling that left shoulder just back just a little bit. It's a really small little movement. And then nice steady breaths. So this little thread the needle in child's pose is a really nice pose for you to do when you're in bed. So child's pose is good for doing in bed, but also this little variation as well. If you've got your hands behind your back, just slowly bring it, let that hands land in front of your face. And then we're just going to slowly lift ourselves up. Wonderful. Just slide the hands forward. Come into that tabletop position. Just walk the knees back one step. Lower yourself down onto your belly. And then we're going to slide the forearms forward. Elbows in line with the shoulders, coming into our Sphinx posture here. So if you want to use your prop here, you can pop it underneath your belly just to relieve a little tension from your spine here. And then we're gently going to push the pubic bone into the mat, just so it lifts the chest forward, pushes the chest forward. Take a soft gaze out ahead, or maybe close the eyes, so whatever feels good for you here. Lower those shoulders and breathe into your spine here. Try to keep the belly soft as you breathe in this pose. And let's try to be as relaxed as possible through the legs and your glutes as well here. Take a nice deep breath in here, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down. Maybe cross your arms up overhead, and then just turn your head to face over to the right side. And then we're just going to do a little counter pose here. So we're going to do a little frog leg out to the side. So when you're ready, you're just going to send that knee out, your right knee out to the side. The knee wants to try to be in line with your hip if you can, as long as it feels comfortable. And then your ankle is going to be in line with your knee as well. So you're making that little frog leg shape. And then you can just close your eyes here. Really just try to relax in this little counter pose. Just gives a little bit of relief to that lower back, a little bit of a release. Lovely. Just slowly slide that leg back, and then turn your head over to face the left side this time. And then when you're ready, you're going to frog leg the left leg out this time. If you can, trying to keep that knee in line with your hip, and then your ankle in line with your knee. Close your eyes here. Really try to enjoy this pose. And then when you're ready, you're just going to slide that leg back behind you. Wonderful. Once it gets there, you're just going to slowly roll onto your back. Take your time. I'm just going to switch ends. Lovely. And then once you arrive on your back, you're going to send your legs out straight here, and we're going to come into a reclined tree, which is such a lovely, relaxing yin pose to do, and one I haven't actually done for a while, so this is going to be quite nice. So keeping your left leg straight here on the mat, you're going to bring the sole of your right foot on the inside of your leg, and it could be anywhere, so wherever feels comfortable. It can be low down, it can be in line with your knee. Maybe you can bring it as you would with tree pose, bringing it all the way up, so that right knee is going out to the side. Try to relax your torso as much as you can, and then we're going to send the arms up overhead, so just reaching up nice and high, so getting a nice stretch on the underside of your arms and your armpits. And then once you've done that like little reach, then just kind of go just relax and just let everything just kind of relax down. Lovely. And then really try to relax in this pose. This is a really great pose for circulation in your legs. Really great for circulation around your pelvis as well. So nice steady breaths here. Let your palms face up to the sky. Let those fingertips round and relax. And just check in with the body. Make sure that you're not gripping anywhere else. So you could be gripping your toes or the belly. Maybe you're clenching your jaw. And you may even be just kind of frowning a little bit. So just do a little check-in and then just try to release. Try to relax if you can. Take a breath in here, and then as you exhale, just bring the arms back down by your sides, and then just use your right hand to just lift your right knee up, bringing the sole of your foot to the mat. So just taking your time nice and slow. Bend into the left knee and then send the right leg out straight. So you're just doing a really nice slow transition to the other side. Then the sole of the left foot's going to come on the inside of that leg. Remember, it can go anywhere, so wherever feels comfortable. What is the most comfortable position for you? You can have it high, you can have it low. And then we're sending the arms up overhead again. So reach, 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 nice and high, and then just kind of go, kind of just let it go. Let your arms, your shoulders relax. Don't think about it too much, just letting them rest on the floor. Breathing a little deeper again here. Notice as well if there's a difference between this left side than the right. Take a breath in now, and as you exhale, we're bringing the arms back down by our sides, using the left hand to just nice and slowly bring that left knee back up, foot goes flat to the mat, and then bend into the right knee, and then just draw your knees into your chest here, so nice and steady, nice steady transition. And you can do those little small circles. I always like to do the small circles when I draw my knees to my chest. Just feels like wrong if I don't. Feels like I've missed something if we don't pull our knees to our chest and then do some little circles. Always feels so good on the back. Lovely. So you might want to grab your prop just for this one. You don't have to, but yeah. Just have it to the side of you. So pop your arms out into your T shape. Draw your knees into your chest. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw your knees down by your sides. Over to the right side, that's what I meant to say. So just sending the knees over to the right side. And then just for a little bit of comfort here, you might want to pop a block either underneath both knees or maybe in between. So whatever your prop is, you don't have to do this, but just for that extra little bit of comfort. And then you can take your gaze up, or we can take the gaze over at the left hand. So just whatever the neck will allow. And then just taking some really nice breaths into your belly. Again, keeping it soft. was looking over at your left hand, just bring your head back to center. Let's remove a prop if you used one, and then just inhale as you bring the knees back to center. Exhale, send them over to the left side, and then if you did use your prop, try to use it in the same way this time. And then take the gaze up or over at your right hand this time. So whatever your neck will allow. And then close your eyes here. Really enjoy your passive twist here. Twists are always great for the spine and always great for your digestive system as well. So regular twists are always a good thing. If you was looking over at your right hand, we're just going to slowly bring the head back to center first. Remove your prop if you was using one, and then just engage the core slightly as you bring those knees back to center. Lovely. Once you're here, let's give those knees one big last squeeze. Really hug them into your chest. And then slowly release yourself down into your Shavasana. So just taking your time. Let the arms and the legs relax out here. Allow your body to become really heavy here. And I'm not going to do much talking here. I'm just going to let you relax, fully relax in your Shavasana, and then I'll come to you in a few minutes when we come to the end of the class. So just try to focus on your breath, and then just keep trying to let go with each exhale here. start to wiggle your fingers and your toes now. Nice gentle movement. Maybe rock the legs from side to side. You can also rock the hips if that feels good. Nice and gently. And then do a little full body stretch. Send the arms up overhead. Send a stretch all the way down the body, out through your toes. This can feel really nice just to gently wake the body up. And then keeping your eyes closed, just slowly making your way onto your side. And then bringing yourself up into your comfortable seat, so however that looks for you. And then once you arrive in your seat, taking a few breaths and just paying attention to how your body is feeling right now in this present moment. Noticing if there's any changes, even if they're only subtle ones. And then do a little check-in with that mood, that emotion that you might have felt at the beginning of the practice. Again, seeing if anything has changed. Has anything shifted? Has your energy shifted? And then take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale out, just blinking open the eyes. Taking a moment to take in your surroundings. Wonderful, and that brings us to the close of this Yang to Yin practice. So thank you so much for joining me today.